When it comes to shopping for like desk setups, it can be a little hard. Like, why are some desktops cheaper than others? Is it the material? Is it the name brand maybe? Should you like full send? And what is a full send for a desktop for your gaming setup? Luckily for you all, throughout the years, I've checked out many variations for gaming desk setups. So today we're gonna talk about the best desk for gaming setups in 2021. So I should probably start off by giving you guys some reassurance as to like, okay, how do I know what I know? Like, why should you listen to today's video on explaining what the best options for you are? So a little backstory on me is I have literally tried any kind of desk setup specifically around gaming that you could honestly imagine. I'm being dead serious, anything. All the way from a fold out beer pong table to your cheap $50 like Walmart, Target setup, the typical countertop IKEA desktop hack, my own IKEA desk hack that I put on this channel, and then like a full send hardwood desktop. I've used them all. I've been through every situation and I can explain my experiences in today's video. Hopefully then, by the end of the video, you'll have some better options moving forward on whether you should get something more affordable or you should save up for the thing that maybe you know you want to get, but you're questioning, is it really worth it? I actually got to thinking, it's like, I can actually like show you guys proof of this, of what I'm talking about. I even have some of the desktop that I've had throughout the years, still in my possession. This would be your countertop hack from IKEA, your random Frank P video. It just has a different cover over top from like the wood look that went, viral with him. You have my desktop hack, like using a dining room table, thinking outside of the box to create like an ultimate gaming setup. You have your typical like gamer company setup, your rising desk with the ports and everything, your raising legs. And then you guys see what I'm currently rocking, which is hardwood desk setup. By the way, I shouldn't show you too much of this. We got a setup tour coming very soon. I just thought it'd be kind of nice to just show you these things too, so that way you can actually know like I'm not full of shit. Whew, it is hot, 90 degrees right now in Charlotte, North Carolina. I just want to make it very clear I'm not complaining. I know it's like, it's not the most comfortable thing, right? But like, I would much rather prefer this bright sunny skies with this temperature over cold, miserable, rainy days. I'll take this hands down any day of the week, get a little swamp ass, I'm fine with it. So I have to run a few errands, so I figured the first thing that we would talk about is like the worst table. The hands down tables that you do not want to get. What I would highly recommend for you not to get, the affordable lightweight desktops are like 100% not worth it. Like the desk builds that you see from Walmart, specifically if you are a gamer that in any way, shape or form rages. I know that prices can be very, very daunting. Like buying a $50 desk setup as a whole versus spending like $150, and especially like the notorious like cheap tabletop, like the $35, $40 desktop from IKEA. I'm telling you right now, it is not worth it. The reason why you're saving so much on those very, very cheap desktops is because the majority of the desktop is just cardboard, like banded in and around each other, meaning all the material to the desk is actually hollow. So by having expensive equipment on top that is heavy, by leaning on it, by getting mad and raging and slamming something down, you take a extremely high chance of breaking that desk. Just trust me on this one. If you're thinking of saving a whole bunch of money, taking the shortcut to just get something for now, if you are just doing whatever you're doing and you can hold off for some time, I would highly recommend a fold-out table. Let's put it that way. A fold-out table first over getting those like cheap desk setup, those $50 desk setups from places like Walmart and Big Lots. And like I said, the very cheap IKEA desktop. Just listen to me and you'll thank me later. Trust me. Anyways, I got to stay focused and run some errands. I got some things to pick up for this weekend. We're going camping. Doing a little camping adventure. Weekends these last few months have just been a great way to like disconnect from a lot of the social media and things. And it's like, oh, it's been so helpful just having that mental balance like outside of constantly being on the phone, putting myself on social media.
Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working.
All right, now I want to be very clear, even though I mentioned some of the IKEA tabletop desk, like the very cheap ones, I want to talk more about the IKEA hack setup that's been so popular for the last couple years. By using a couple Alexander drawers, going to the kitchen section and getting a countertop, like a butcher block countertop, going that route. So in most situations, that butcher block countertop or that wood top countertop is actually not wood, or it's more compressed wood with a laminate top. That's the best way to stay affordable in those situations. But still, even with that being said, this is a great option. I do want to go ahead and back this hack up. It is both affordable and long-term reliable. You're not gonna get as much durability as you would compared to hardwood, like legit hardwood, like I'm using. But for most situations, with the price that you're paying for such a good-looking material, you are gonna have durability over a period of time as long as you take care of it. By taking care of it, I mean making sure it's stable. The wider that you get of a desk, making sure you have center support so that way you don't get bowing in the middle. But I actually personally have 3 pairs of Alexander drawers from IKEA and a couple tabletops from there that I've used throughout the years. And the hack really does work. It's a very stable setup for gamers and creators in general. Now, what about the gamer desk? With most like gaming style desk and the standing desk, you're gonna kind of have the same situation where it's like compressed particle wood. So it's gonna be durable, but it could bow over time if it is wide enough. But the majority of the time, these tables do come with some solid like foundation, some solid legs. Personally, I'm not a fan of the like clear coat that they put on a lot of these tables, that like ultra glossy look. It just creates a lot of room for dirty, scratchy fingerprints all over the top. I do like that they come with ports, but in most situations, these like gamer builds, the gamer setups, or like the standing desk setups that you get are going to cost you an arm and a leg if you get it. In my opinion, these like autonomous desks, these uplift desks for gamers, with the price that you're paying, it's just not worth it. There are a lot of good studies that talk about standing desks being a benefit to your back health, but most of those situations are in small windows, not standing for hours a day working. Again, how I talked recently with the whole gaming chair thing, how ergo chairs are just so much better for your backs. It's kind of the same thing with standing desk. There's this huge craze right now where everybody's talking about standing desk, explaining how it's so much better for your back. But if you actually do a little bit more research into it, it's all like situational. For some people, they should use standing desks more because they have a weaker back. But for many people out there, it's not like a standing desk is a requirement to get a healthier back, or a standing desk will also fix your hurting back. So in those situations where you can buy those like big, sturdy, pre-built gamer desk, although it's like convenient, you get a lot of the ports, you do get like a cable management rack, you get the kit that puts it together. If you have the money to waste on something like that, it's a personal preference if you want that kind of look. Personally, me, with my experience, I'm not a fan with the look overall. It's a bit generic and gimmicky, and the price just doesn't match for me. When it comes to these standing desk styled setups, I would highly recommend just even building those yourself. Someplace like IKEA, for example, you can get the standing legs by themselves and then buy the desktop too, which again gives you more options to be custom in that aspect while being more affordable than just going straight to these sites that are overpricing these things to just have the convenience of throwing the whole kit at you. So IKEA hacks, I still stand by them 100% if you can get those. Fortunately, especially after COVID, it's not possible for everybody. But unless you're somebody that has a lot of money, you just don't have time to dick with stuff, I would highly suggest avoiding those like gamer desk type builds. The only one I'm in question about, where it's like a curveball, is the new Secret Labs one. It's a little different, it's a little edgy, it does come with a lot, and I was surprised at the price point, but even still, you're looking at like $400 to $700 for something that you could probably do for like $300. But even still, if you're in that price point, like the higher, the hundreds of dollars, I just suggest doing the full send route. And by the full send route, I mean getting a quality desktop as well as getting creative with the legs. So like investing into something that's more custom. I personally feel going that route in the long run you'll have something that's more unique to you and will hold up over a longer period of time. So for 2020, what budget route am I suggesting? I cannot suggest enough how going the cheap, affordable route may get you by for the time period, but in my opinion, it's just not worth it in the long run. If you only have one monitor, if you're not going to rage while you're gaming, if you're not going to lean on your table, then I could say, okay, go the $30 desktop route. Get that $50 kit from like Walmart or a general store near you. But if you have any doubt in your mind that you might break it, don't get it, because trust me, the odds are you probably will break it. I would highly suggest saving up a little bit more and going for like the IKEA hack type style. Something like what I did on that video in 2019 and what Random Frank P did. Going out of your way and just trying to figure out something outside of the box. I used a dining room table, he used a countertop. Use drawers, find legs or peg legs on sites like Amazon. You can get an awesome desk for like $100 to $125 that is both affordable, cool looking, and reliable for some time. Just do some research in those things. Just Google search desktops, countertops, butcher block countertops. That, in my opinion, is gonna be the best budget option to really get your money's worth. But if you have a little bit more money, say you're in the $300 to $500 range, again, I can't stand by these like high-end pre-made desk setups. In most situations, they're not as sturdy as you think, and on top of that, the materials that you're paying for to have the convenience of it being like pre-built or ready to go, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense that it's pre-built because you still gotta take it out of the box, put it together. Honestly, how hard is it to just buy separate legs and buy a top and put them together yourself anyways? But to have that convenience where it's like an all-in-one bundle, you don't have to shop somewhere else, the price you're paying for at that rate is gonna be equal to or greater than, in some situations, from getting a very solid, 100% legit hardwood desktop. My whole desk setup right here is 95 inches. It's custom to me. The odds of somebody out there having this are very slim. You could build it, because I did do a video on how you can build it, link in the description, but this whole thing costs just a few $100s. So in my experience, if you do have a little bit more money and you're not too lazy, like dude, just do a little research and get some really quality stuff. On top of that, it's gonna be more fun when you do it that way. Anyways, gang, this is just my experience. This is what I've kind of come to the conclusion as throughout these years of trying out so many things. If they help you in your decision making, awesome. Very happy for it. If they don't, you're just here to debate, then this probably isn't the place for you. I'm curious though, what are you guys and gals currently rocking? Are you rocking anything that I mentioned today? Anything off the lines of what I've been talking about? Do you have any plans moving forward to make some changes to your desk for your gaming setup? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, make sure you guys like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, turn on those notifications too. Other than that, I gotta go work on my setup so I can make my like 50,000th setup change video update tour video of mine. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.
Pretty Caroline.